بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد
وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرض اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. A very important topic in the Quran and also reflected in our hadith is qalb, is heart. And we can only judge about ourselves or about someone else if we know what is happening in their heart, what is established in their hearts. By looking at what they do, by even listening to what they say, we may not be able to understand how good they are or how bad they are, unless you are able to have a kind of insight that through listening or observing you can understand what is going on in their heart. But just actions and words are not enough for assessment of people. We have to know what is in their heart. And sometimes even the people that examine themselves or have lived with someone for long, they may not know still every layer of the heart, every corner of the heart. So maybe it's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and those that Allah gives them knowledge that would really know everything about our heart. But we can go deeper and deeper and examine our own heart, and this is very important, and this is part of our process of self-observation. I came across a beautiful hadith I thought I would share with you today, and inshallah we will have another session for 40 hadiths because that's the last session, so inshallah we want to give it time. This hadith I'm quoting from Muntakhabu Mizan al-Hikmah, which is translated as a scale of wisdom. I'm using the Arabic version, and the hadith is hadith number 1 here. It's 5301, and it's quoted from Kanzul Ummal by Muttaqi Hindi. Is a collection which is respected collection, and many of our ulamas refer to this book because this is not a sectarian issue. If there are good books, our ulama definitely refer to. Of course, no book of hadith is 100% all authentic, because even our own major collection of hadith, we have to study one by one, But this hadith is very good hadith and doesn't seem to have any problem in its content. But to be able to say that this was said by Rasulullah, of course, needs to know the chain of narrators and examine them. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is quoted as saying, Inna lillahi ta'ala fil ardi awani. Truly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the earth has some containers. We are not talking about his treasures which are unlimited. We are not talking about containers in Malakut, but we are talking about in this world. What are these containers that we can say these belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a special way? Ala wahiyal qulub, hearts. Heart is a container. we also have this hadith from Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam, which says إن القلوب أوعية فخيرها أوعاها. Hearts are containers, وعاء, and the best of them is the one which has more capacity. We have this from Amir al-Mu'minin. Here instead of أوعية says أواني. إنا also means container. So وعاء إنا means container. So these hearts which are containers have different qualities, and therefore the level of love of Allah for them is different. فَأَحَبُّهَا إِلَى اللَّهِ. The most loved ones by Allah are those who are أَرَقُّهَا وَأَصْفَاهَا وَأَصْلَبُهَا. فَأَحَبُّهَا إِلَى اللَّهِ أَرَقُّهَا وَأَصْفَاهَا وَأَصْلَبُهَا. أَرَقُّهَا comes from رِقَّة. أَرَقُّهَا means the softest, the very light, very gentle, very soft is called raqiq, very subtle. So the best of these hearts are those which have these qualities. They are the softest, or you can say the most subtle. وأصفاها, the clearest, the purest. وأصلبها, the firmest. So أرقها للإخوان. You have to be very soft and very kind, very gentle with brothers in faith, sisters with sisters in faith, not only relatives, with servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially those who are our brothers and sisters in faith. We need to be very kind with them, affectionate with them. So if this raqqa is in the heart, that its heart is not hard, it's soft. This is one quality. وَأَصْفَاهَا مِنَ الذُّنُوبِ. It's purest. When it comes to sins, it's free from any sin. There is no impurity in the heart. So if you can have softness and tenderness of the heart, as well as purity of the heart, and finally وَأَصْلَبُهَا فِي ذَاتِ اللَّهِ, to be the firmest when it comes to the path of God. So for the sake of Allah, to be firmest. So firm in the sense that there is no doubt, no hesitation, no deviation, no change and alteration in direction. It's very firm, solid, but not in the sense of being harsh, not in the sense of being stubborn, not in the sense of being arrogant. Because some people are firm in their own opinion, but they are not firm. They are very arrogant, they are very stubborn. This is not firmness. Firmness that we want is something that comes along with softness and along with purity from sins and vicious traits of character. So if you have these three, your heart would be most loved heart by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and therefore you become the most beloved person to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it seems that these three would enlarge also our heart. Love has this ability to enlarge, because love always reaches out. Love doesn't let you to suffocate in your own confined cell or shell. Love takes you outside. If you love only, of course, a human being, that's a problem. It's better than just being selfish, but it's a problem. But if you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then under Allah all people, all creatures, then your heart becomes very, very large. Allahumma aghni kulla faqir, Allahumma ashbi' kulla ja'i, Allahumma aksu kulla uryan. This is the large heart that can make such prayer. And for sure, if this person can do anything for any person to make their life better, they would do. It's not that they pray. They pray means they are taking this direction in life. So if we have love, it helps in enlarging our heart. If we have purity from sins, because sins are causing blockage and closure, we need to be open to get rid of sins. And to be certain, to be firm in the sense of you are certain, no doubt, no hesitation. So this also is giving you capacity, because doubt and hesitation is like if you have something which has holes inside. You cannot contain anything. Doubts drain our energy, our light. Even if you have a strong person, but this person is confused and cannot make up his mind, he cannot do anything. Sometimes a person is very intelligent, for example, very clever, but doesn't know what to do. Sometimes a person is less intelligent, less clever, but he knows what to do, and little by little is making progress, so he can be more successful. So one of the things that one of the main things that we should ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this month of Ramadan is to give us such heart that is full of love for himself and his people, and at the same time is pure, free from impurities, and also firm, free from doubts and hesitations and confusion and illusion and deviation, all these changes and transformation, but in the negative direction. There are other hadiths here, but I think this would be enough. I also just mentioned maybe one more hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, which says موضع العقل إن منزلة القلب من الجسد بمنزلة الإمام من الناس. The position of the heart for our body is like Imam for people. Heart is the leader, not even brain, because what is in brain in the end has to be processed and decided by the heart. So the leader is the heart, as we have in that hadith of Hisham ibn Hakam, his debate about Imam. You may remember how he used heart and then compared Imam to the heart as something that brings harmony to our body. I stop here, and if we have some question answer, but if we can inshallah finish by 6, then I would be able to inshallah get ready for the interfaith program that we have inshallah.